Here's a video where I show you how to translate linear velocity, 45 miles per hour, into angular velocity, revolutions per minute or radians per minute. The question is, I have a truck with a 30-inch diameter wheel and it's traveling 45 miles an hour, and I needed to find out how many revolutions per minute the tires are making and how many radians per minute. So I started by picturing a tire with a 30-inch diameter, which means its radius would be half that, 15-inch. First thing I wanted to find was the circumference of the tire. How far does the car actually have to travel before the tire would make one complete revolution? So the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. I replaced r with 15 inches. 2 times 15 is 30, so I get the circumference of the circle is 30 pi inches. Now I need to start by trying to convert this 45 miles per hour into revolutions per minute. So I started by just writing down what I wanted, or excuse me, what I have, 45 miles per hour, and then considered what I wanted. I wanted eventually to get an answer that's in revolutions per minute. So first thing I noticed is that I have it in hours and not in minutes. So I decided to convert hours to minutes. So I just formed these products here and I set my units up on the ratios so that I would get rid of hours. So I put hours on top because 45 miles per hour, since the word per means to divide, that puts hours in the denominator. So to get it to cancel, I need a fraction where hours is in the numerator so I can cancel them. So if I put 1 hour on top and say that that's equal to 60 minutes, 1 hour per 60 minutes, hours would cancel, and I'd be left with a number that's in miles per minute. So far I've got miles per minute, and my goal is to get revolutions per minute. So now I have to turn miles into revolutions. But remember, my revolution, one revolution, is currently in inches. So then I decided that I had to convert miles into inches. So first, I converted miles into feet. Again, miles is in the numerator, so for me to get miles to cancel, since it's in the numerator, is I'd have to put miles in the denominator of a fraction. And I want to convert it first to feet, so I just wrote that 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. So now miles would cancel, hours would cancel, I'd be left with feet per minute. So then I decided that feet per minute isn't good enough because I eventually want to have it in inches, since I know one revolution is 30 pi inches. So again, feet is in the numerator. I want to get rid of feet, so I put 1 foot in the denominator, missing a t here. And 1 foot is 12 inches. So feet would cancel, hours would cancel, miles would cancel, everything would cancel. At this point, I would be in inches per minute. My goal is to get revolutions per minute, so I need to convert inches into revolutions. So remember that every time the car travels 30 pi inches, that's the distance around the tire, that's 1 revolution of the tire. So again, I want to get rid of inches, I want revolutions, so I put revolutions in the numerator, I put inches in the denominator. Why? Because inches is currently in the numerator, I need it to cancel, so I put inches in the denominator. So I wrote down 1 revolution is 30 pi inches. So now my inches would cancel, and feet would cancel, miles would cancel, hours would cancel, and I'd be in revolutions per minute. So in a minute I'll show you that comes out to be 504.2 on the calculator up to this point. That's the answer to actually the second question in the order that it was asked. The second question asked me how fast the tire was rotating in revolutions per minute. The first question asked, so I guess I'm working it out backwards, how many radians per minute that is. Well, 1 revolution around a circle is 2 pi radians. So I need to convert revolutions into radians. Since revolutions in the numerator, I made a fraction here where I put revolutions in the denominator. And I want radians, so I said 1 revolution is 2 pi radians, and I put radians in the numerator. So that when revolutions cancel, inches cancel, feet cancel, miles cancel, and hours cancel. Geez, did I miss one? Then I get that I'd get radians per minute. So it turns out on the calculator it comes out to be 3,168 radians per minute. So let me get my calculator out to show you that that is indeed what you get. So I have 45 miles per hour. I divide by 60 to get miles per minute. Then I multiplied by 5,280. And that got me into feet per minute. And then after the multiplication of 5,280, I multiply by 12 inches. And then finally, the last thing I'm going to do is divide by 30 pi. So I either divide by 30, hit enter, and then divide by pi. Or if you want to do it all in one command line here, when you divide by 30 pi, you better make sure you put parentheses around the 30 pi. If you do not do that, if you do not put parentheses, the 30 will be in the denominator, but the pi will end up in the numerator, and you'll get the wrong answer. So when I do this, I got 504.2 revolutions per minute. That means if a car with that size tire going 45 miles an hour, every minute the tire goes around 504 times. If you want to know how many radians per minute that is, the angular velocity, since there's 2 pi radians in every revolution, you'd multiply by 2 pi. So I get that every minute you drive, the angle for which the tire goes through is 3,168 radians per minute.